Hey, what is going on, everybody? Ali here, and it feels like it's been like a while that I've done like a review or anything, because over the weekend was ASIN, Anime Central. It was a blast, really, and it was a lot of fun. Great 3-day weekend. So I'm getting back into now reviewing chapters and stuff. So this chapter, One Piece chapter 827, was really good. I believe the title's Totland, and I thought like it felt a little fast, but it wasn't where like I was disappointed or anything, because I actually liked the pace of it being like a little fast. I'd say we got some pretty good information. We finally get to see what Big Mom looks like. I think a lot of us were thinking like, yeah, that's definitely like what she looks like. It was kind of like obvious because of the silhouette of what she's been looking like, and then her image like during Fishman Island arc. So Luffy and the crew with Pedro, Carrot, and everybody, Nami and all them, and Peckham's, they arrive on this island called Cacao Island or Cocoa Island, and they get into this town called Chocolate Town. And you see Luffy and Chopper when they get off the ship, they're like real excited and stuff. So they run off. Obviously, I mean, they don't care about what anybody thinks, because I mean they're both like glutton for like sweets and stuff. And when they all arrive and stuff, you got Carrot and Nami looking really pretty with the new outfits, which looks really cool. It kind of like complements what's the chocolate town, what's going on. And it's funny when Brooke is. Nami's about to talk to Brooke, whatever, and Brooke's laying down looking up her skirt or whatever. That shit was so funny. And so Peckham's is there talking to Nami and them, saying like, we're not here for a vacation. Everybody's like saying like, oh wow, this whole place is like is made with chocolate and things like you're able to eat and stuff. So then Peckham's is just like, no, you guys can't like stay here for long. And Peckham's, it's funny how Peckham's like turns around and he's like, hey, strawhat, hurry up and stuff. And then Nami's like, he already went off to town. He's just like screaming like, what, are you kidding me? You gotta be shitting me. And then Nami's like, don't worry, we'll find them pretty easily. And then all of a sudden, out in the back, somebody screams, crime, there's a crime committed and stuff. And she's like, you see? And then Peckham's face is just so funny when he's like, are you shitting me? It turns out this crime that Luffy and Chopper, they're like completely bloated. It was so funny. Chopper's in his kung fu point, I think, or something like that, and then Luffy's just over there like a giant ball of like fat. It looks like hilarious, the drawing and everything. And then the guy, the chocolate police or whatever, he's like about to arrest them and stuff, and they're like, there's a good reason for this or whatever, because they ate an entire cafe, like a whole building, because it was made of chocolate and everything. So he's like, oh yes, okay, what's the reason then? Tell me what the reason is. And then they're like, it was too delicious not to eat or whatever. And then he's like, alright, this is a load of crap, we're going. While Luffy and Chopper were about to get arrested and stuff, somebody yells like, hey, you're like, why didn't you eat like the entire thing, like the building or whatever? And it turns out the owner is there. She arrives, and turns out it's pudding. It's pudding. I didn't expect it, but then like way in the back of my head, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. But I was like really excited. I was like, I did not expect that at all. So she kind of saved Luffy and Chopper, saying that they were her demolition crew or something, because she's saying like her chocolate building was about to like go bad or something. So she said that like, oh, I let them eat it or whatever. She basically saved them from getting arrested and like this whole fiasco going on that Luffy always makes. And then kind of like on the side, you see Pedro, and then somebody is talking to him like, hey Pedro, long time no see and stuff. Because like, first of all, the entire island is like a bunch of different races and stuff. You got the minks, you got humans, you got like a bunch of people together. And it turns out that Peckham says that Big Mom wants to basically unite people, no prejudice and all equality and stuff, and that there's like 34 islands or something around Whole Cake Island. It's basically a giant nation, which is like, it's really I think that's like a really cool concept and everything, having like a bunch of islands surrounding Whole Cake Island. So Pedro is there, and then somebody's like, hey Pedro, like how long time no see and stuff, and it's a different make, saying like he's excited to see him and stuff. And then Pedro is like, shuts his mouth and he's like, I'm here on different business, like don't mention like that you know me or anything like that. And then Carrot's like, you know some people here? And then he's like, I'll tell you in a later date. Like, sounds like he's a double agent or something. I don't know what the hell's gonna go on. That's crazy stuff. So Pudding brings Luffy and all of them to I believe her house and stuff. And then she's like blushing, like saying like thank you for like eating my chocolate and stuff, because she literally just made it from scratch. Like, she bakes. So I mean, it's perfect for Sanji, because Sanji, his main thing is culinary. I mean, he does bake, but his main thing is culinary, and her thing is baking. So they are like a match made in heaven. She was saying that like she's so happy that they really liked her chocolate and stuff, because she just made it from scratch and everything. And Luffy's just saying like it was so delicious. It was too delicious like not to eat. And she really liked that compliment. That was like one of the best compliments you could ever get, like as a chef overall, as a baker overall. It was really cool to see that she's also like into like food and baking and stuff. She asked like all of them what their names are, because Nami's like, hey, we do have to have some urgent matters going on and stuff. So so Pudding's like, oh, tell me what your names are and stuff. And so Luffy is just like, I'm Luffy, I'm going to be the Pirate King. And then like halfway through it, Nami shuts his mouth, and then Pudding's like, huh? And then it goes to a different scene. I'm like, how do you leave us like that, Oda? And so next scene, it goes to, I think it was like the last 4 or 5 pages. The Whole Cake Island, everybody's getting ready for the wedding cake and stuff, the tea party and everything. And you start seeing more and more of what Big Mom looks like. And it's like a giant musical, like a whole melody of creatures just like singing and everything, saying the wedding and stuff. It was just awesome to see. So much like, I think it's like a mix of Willy Wonka and Alice in Wonderland or something. It was like awesome. And like they're all animated objects, which start at like trees, you got like chairs, you got like drawers, everything's like talking and stuff. It was like everything's singing. And then all of a sudden you see Big Mom, like you actually see him. Now we've seen all the 4 emperors. It's just I completely expected her to look like that. It was, and then all of a sudden, like you see, like she's talking about how this is gonna be like the tea party of hell, the tea party from hell, saying like, oh, can this red strawberry jam be made of people's blood and everything? I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl sounds psychotic. And it was just awesome. And that's how like it basically ends, with like a giant silhouette of her and all these animated objects and stuff. It looked like straight up out of like a cartoon, like straight out of like a fantasy book and everything. It was like insane. And that's how it ends. I love this chapter. 3 things, a couple of main things that we got the image of what Big Mom is. Pudding is the owner of this cafe that Luffy and Chopper ate. And Pedro, I might be a double agent or something like that. I don't know, but it sounds very mysterious and everything. And yeah, those are like the 3 main things that I got out of it. I'm like, really, this is like a good chapter. I liked it. It was I gave it a 9 out of 10. It was fast paced, but I didn't mind that. And maybe just like maybe a little more of like Big Mom maybe would have been like really good. Made it a 10 out of 10. But that's it for this one. Like the video if you did. Comment down below on what you thought of the chapter, what your thoughts are on what's going to happen next chapter. And subscribe to my channel for more reviews, vlogs, unboxings, live reactions, theory discussion videos, and things like that. So gentlemen, stay classy. Ladies, stay sexy. But most important than everybody, you got to stay nasty, alright? So peace and love, and I will see you all later.